to the Legends of Tomorrow after show, and of course, happy Friday. I know we're all happy for the end of the week, can't wait for the weekend, but first of all, welcome. What an incredible episode. Like, I didn't even want to lead host this today because my excitement levels were going to be through the roof, but fortunately, I am here with always the beautiful Jon Lee Brody and the intelligent Tatiana.
Oh,
I think you got that backwards.
I get that wrong way around?
No, I'll take the intelligent. You can take the beautiful.
You can take the beautiful one today, okay, Jon?
Sure, I guess we're all can play pretend for once.
Jon, you're beautiful inside and out.
Oh.
Oh.
Romance?
Romance.
So, all right.
Bro power.
You know what? Someone
We
said
can do bro
I need
power
to just
today.
learn to take the compliment and I'm like, sure. Okay.
Just
Guys,
nod and say yeah.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Guys, I want to jump right into the episode today, and one of the things that I thought was most important was the contingency plan that Rip Hunter put out for Martin Stein. I mean, Martin Stein is a favourite character, and to see Rip Hunter pretty much put that onto Sara, as if to say, like, Sara, this has got to be someone that you may have to get rid of if shit goes wrong. How did you guys think about that? Is there other options to make? Was killing Stein the only way to save the future if things would have gone wrong?
I think it was extremely manipulative of Rip Hunter
How interesting.
to pick Sara because she's struggling with all of this like bloodlust stuff, and he's like, who can I actually?
Well,
get
he
to kill?
knew that she would be the one to more likely do it than anybody else.
Well,
He's using her bloodlust against her.
It's manipulative.
Okay.
It's totally manipulative, and I still don't trust Rip Hunter.
Really?
I still don't at all.
He's British.
At all. Okay, another reason why I don't trust Rip Hunter.
I'm sorry, I don't believe that whatsoever. How about yourself, Jon?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Sarah Lance, I'll be like, well, if that's the only plan, why don't you do it? I was like, if you say that's the way to go.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. That's so true. If that's the only plan, then why don't you do it?
It's like, if you think that's the only way, then you do it. Because if you think, because I feel like Sarah's like, there has to be another way, and she believes that. I feel like she should just be like, if you feel like that's it, then you do it.
That's such a true.
Put the ball in his court.
Because I mean, we have a photo of what Star City in 2016 would have looked like if this wouldn't have gone to plan, and if the Firestorm Matrix would have actually fell into the hands of Valentina and Savage, and clearly that was what provoked Sara into taking that onto her shoulders. But that's a good point. I never thought. Why didn't she just say Rip? How about you do it?
Yeah, I mean, but I guess, you know, time constraints of the episode, maybe they didn't want to.
And you know what Sarah's like? She likes to take that, I feel like she likes to take that on herself and be like a strong, independent woman, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still manipulative.
You know, it was. I agree with that.
He's playing on her so much and so hard, and I just thought it was ridiculous.
Because he could have asked, you know,
anybody.
Rory.
Yeah, anyone else. Yeah, could have asked Rory.
Could have asked Mick,
Snart.
Rory, and Snart. Yeah. Well, Snart was.
could have done it.
We're gonna get. I don't think Snart would have done it though.
Well,
That's
as
the
we
thing.
find out,
As we're gonna get into that.
As he's starting to turn and everything, but
He's starting to become a nice
but
guy.
he
Right.
could ask any of that, except for Ray. He wouldn't be able to ask. Ray wouldn't do it. But
Speaking of Ray, we're going to go to jail real quick with Ray and Rory because, again, Ray is the dumbest prisoner on the planet.
He's a boy scout.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, he's dumb.
he ain't seen movies. He ain't seen TV shows.
No,
he ain't seen Prison Break. Like, come
tinkering,
on.
okay? He was tinkering and making
The guy's smiling. Look, like they're walking through and he's like smiling at people. He's like, hey, 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 oh, hey. And then he goes up to this old guy in a jail cell and tries to start talking to him. Ray.
it's like, I was waiting for Rory to be like, you know, that's how you become someone's bitch. So
Yeah.
please don't
Just to
walk
pull
through
his
prison
pocket out of
smiling.
his pocket.
Like, you might as well just go snake out and like just put yourself out there. I mean, come
But I
on.
mean, obviously, the most serious part when they did get into jail, besides the fight scene that we're going to get into later, probably the most visually, what's what I'm looking for, like stimulating scene was the torture scene. All I heard, I went on Twitter and loads of people were like, oh, thanks for giving us all the shirtless men in this episode. I was like, really? That is what you women are focusing on right now?
I can't ignore that. Okay, I mean, it just.
They're strapped up by chains being electrocuted.
I'm just saying, you know, of course somebody has to say it. I know he's being electrocuted, but they're strung there, their arms are up, and it's just like, they're all sweaty. I mean,
they're oiled up. I mean,
They are.
look like they're oiled.
Since I'm the only girl on the panel, you wanted to.
Right, if we saw a lady, okay, I just want to throw this out there to everybody as well, because this is quite an interesting topic to pick up on all of a sudden. If that was a woman in that situation, and men were to say, thank you very much, writers, for giving us so many shirtless women in this episode whilst they were being tortured. Do you have any idea how much ish men would get into?
Says the guy who, the girl, what's her name?
You're about to
Valentina walks in and she's like, fla, 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 and he's like, oh, Valentina's so beautiful, I would die. She could say anything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say thank you for all the shirtless episodes while she's getting electrocuted and tortured.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Don't say
I
thank
win.
you for all the
Yeah.
shirtless episodes.
No, I'm...
However, it can't go unnoticed that they're looking very manly and hunky, okay?
Even the Boy Scout? Who's your favourite, Ray or Mick? Oh, really? You like the bad boy?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, guys, take note. On to the third and final favourite part of this episode so far has to be Cisco's appearance. Yeah. Can we talk about how suave Cisco looked as well in his like salmon pink pants and his nice blazer? What? Why are you laughing at me?
If you want to focus on that.
Yeah, I mean.
I just thought he looked quite... Well, we don't ever get to see Cisco like that over in The Flash, so I thought it was really cool to see him. And again, Stein's intelligence to work himself out that he wasn't in a trance right then.
Which
Genius.
had to do with what he was wearing.
Exactly,
was like,
with
oh,
his hair
you put
coiffed
yourself
back the
together.
lot.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you pointed that out. I just thought he was genius to actually pull himself out of that. Mind blowing.
It was very X-Men. If you remember when Professor X is being manipulated with, illusion.
Oh, the other
X-Men, it was in X-Men 2.
Cerebro,
Yeah.
right?
Well, there was an X-Men 2 and God, I can't. What can
It was what's its son? It was Stryker's son,
It was
wasn't
Jason.
it?
It was Jason, and then he pulls himself out.
And he found
There's a
it.
lot of subtle X-Men references in this show. I mean, what did Ray call Mick Rory Pyro?
Yes.
As he's playing with the lighter.
Right.
Come on.
We actually have a
Yeah, that
photo
was
of when he calls him Pyro. It's a couple ahead, but can we skip to it real quick, Mr. Kellen? Can we get Pyro up there real fast? Nah, no worries, babe. But,
Oh,
oh, we
there it
can.
is.
Thank you very much. See, that's our great
I like how
TriMaster
he
back
just
there.
took it too.
He took that. He just takes the light.
I love that they
As
don't
if-
care that he's
that
just
he
there
has the
flickering.
light up. Thank you. That's what I was wondering. This is the toughest prison in jail. No one.
But the
No
guard's
one?
just like, oh, hey, and he's just there with his lighter.
He's intimidating, so maybe they just didn't want to start anything.
I guess I wouldn't mess with them either. But
I mean, seriously.
Who, Mick?
Mick.
Yeah,
no,
he's
would you?
definitely the one guy I definitely wouldn't mess with on that team.
No,
100%.
no. I mean,
Huge and like grunty.
Whilst talking about huge and grunty, can we talk about Yuri the bear? The Bratva connection right here. All the fight scenes in this episode were absolutely incredible. Sarah goes and takes on like 6 guys in the back room and then comes and walks through and she's like, I just took down 6 guys and you couldn't even do 1? Sarah, there's a reason. Rip Hunter, small, petite little Rip Hunter. Oh, come on, he's not exactly a big guy, is he, Rip? He's very slender and smooth. And can we see Yuri the bear real quick? This 6'5" Russian giant of a man. I mean, how did you feel about that fight scene right there? The choreograph.
I loved when Wentworth Miller, he said...
Can we hurry up in here? I hate the heat.
No.
Oh.
When he was like, you want to take this one? And he was like,
Sorry.
go, it's all you. And he knows full on well that this guy cannot take
just sat
this
at the back.
gigantic man. Yeah.
He's just sat in the
I
back
love
with
that.
his robe on and his flip-flops, just kind of like chilling out there. And he's like, can we make this fast? I don't like the heat anyway. And I was like, genius again. But our second fight scene, Ray getting his ass kicked. Ray's got balls though. Ray stood up. Apparently that's what you have to do when you go to jail. You find the biggest guy and you grab his balls and you rip him off. Ray tried. Ray failed. But Ray, I got to give you tops. Because like we
tried.
said, Ray's a scout. Ray's a Boy Scout, right?
he's earned his merit badges.
Yeah.
right
Would
now,
you have stood
so.
up to that guy?
No.
No.
Right?
I would just be like, all right.
Mick kind of had the right idea in that situation, didn't he? When he was like, I'm not going to help you. I ain't going to throw my ass out there for some old guy that I'm never going to see again.
Well, because Mick's probably always been on the other side of the equation. He's like, I know what I would do if you come to me. I'd mess you up.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, just trust me. Don't
Oh,
do it.
right. You mean Mick is like, sorry, what were you about to say?
That, and if Mick even helped him, it would show his weakness,
Yeah.
Mick's weakness, and then he
And it would
be-
also shows Ray's weakness as well, saying that he needs the help at the same
Right.
time. So maybe
Right.
Mick was doing him a little bit of a backhanded favour. But I
True.
definitely couldn't call it a
I think
favour.
unintentionally he was.
I don't think
that
you
was-
meant
It's
to
a
do
Mick
that.
favor. It's a Mick favor.
Yeah. What I find funny is they call him Boy Scout, and this is just a funny That's what they call Superman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And especially in Smallville, because they weren't allowed to say Superman during Smallville, and Glenn Winter is one of the producers here. So I'm like, I think that's a nod to that.
To that
You
little
guys
bit,
know how
they're
much I love
taking it over.
Smallville, so
You
I'll
were a
find
big
us.
Smallville
You
kind of
are.
fan,
I'm
weren't
still have the complete set at home.
Oh, really?
It's
You'll have to lend
wonderful. I
it to
love
me one day so I can come with you. Blu-ray or normal?
It's a DVD collection, but it's awesome. I got it. I love it. It
Not-
doesn't leave the
not
house though,
VHS?
so
I'll have to.
you'd have to go.
Smallville Day at yours?
It doesn't leave the house.
We'll do the whole
It's very
weekend.
secure, you know.
He's got it locked in one
I've
of those
even got it
boxes.
framed on my wall. It doesn't even get washed. It's just, I just love it that much.
Second of all, we've also pointed out that Snart clearly is a genius, but now he can even work out what other people want. So he knew that Rip called Sara in to give him a very specific plan. And like I said, the way Snart kind of retaliated here, almost saying like, I understand that this is your plan right now, but in all the heists that I've ever done that have ever gone wrong, no man gets left behind. And like I said, would you have been on Snart's side here, or would you have been on Sara's side here? Is it no man left behind, or is it kill Stein to save the human race?
Oh, and it's double jeopardy right there.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Not for me. I mean,
But-
I
You a
would,
human race kind of girl?
no, I mean, I agree with Snart
Yeah.
all the way.
Really?
Yeah, because there's always the possibility that you can do it. I'm a very positive person, so I would just go into it thinking, yeah, I'm gonna kill this, and I'm just gonna make it. Everything's gonna work out, so it'll be fine.
Oh.
That's how I would think.
Well, what a lovely outlook you have on life. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everything went like that, Tatiana?
I mean, I know it doesn't, but doesn't it help when you have that positive attitude? It does.
It does. You put it out there, and then the universe
look
gives
what
back,
happened.
right? I'm very glad you did
So-
bring that up. Everything did come full circle in
Right.
the end. So you're right. It was a good job Stein
Thank
didn't
you.
get killed. Seeing as you already brought up my fascination and fancy for Valentina, we're going to go straight into it. In case some of you may or may not follow me on Twitter, you should, by the way. It's at Jack Hind, and then you should follow these two as well, at Jon Lee Brody or Jon L. Brody?
Jon Lee Brody.
Jon Lee Brody and at Tatiana. You've got to say your
Oh,
last
it's right
name
there.
again. Oh, thank you very much. It's so beautiful, your last name, by the way. every
Tatiana
time.
Mariesa.
Oh yeah, because I thought it was Mariesa or something, didn't
Yeah.
I? Silly me, I apologise. Valentina, a crazy-ass firestorm. To my point, she's possibly my new favourite half of Firestorm. Sorry, Jax, I know we're best buds. Ronnie, Robbie, I know you're a friend as well, but Valentina absolutely killed it. Guys, if you want, you should definitely go follow her on Twitter, by the way. It's at Steph, I'm doing her last name as much justice as possible, Corneliussen, and that's Corneliussen. Make sure you go and follow her, guys. Give her as much support as possible and tell her how amazing she was in tonight's episode. How did you feel about her obsession with the Firestorm Matrix? Because she was ready to burn down Russia and help it rebuild through the ashes. Like, whoa. That's serious.
On one hand, it's like, wow, you are crazy. And at the same time, it's like, it's admirable that someone could be that passionate and that dedicated.
Totally.
In a crazy, cynical way. So it's like, that's how I look at it. I'm like, wow. Like, first of all, I'll be like, you know what? I don't want anything to do with you. But at the same time, I very much admire that you will do whatever
that
it
passion
takes.
and determination.
Yeah.
that she
And it's like,
has.
if only we could use that for good. You know.
There's the catcher.
That's
There's the kicker, right?
There's always
man.
something. There's always something.
But I mean, she really did. She made an incredible. I'm calling it the Firestorm V2 version 2 because when that came out, like, look at her. She
was a
She almost
crazy-
became a bit sexual with it to a point as well. When she said we'd make great Firestorm, me and the guys when we were watching this at home last night, we were kind of like giggling a little bit, like, damn, she really, really wanted to become the Firestorm Matrix.
Yeah.
But obviously, after Valentina and all that happens, Rip gets to kill Savage once again. And I've been keeping count. It's 207 to 3. Well, wait, Carter died. Yes, so it's 208 to 3 now. So that is the score sheets. They're coming up. You get in there, guys. You're slowly, you're bridging that gap. I mean, you've only got 205 left to go. But we believe in you.
Now who's
Hawkman
being the
and
optimist?
Hawkgirl.
I know.
You're giving her crap about that. I mean, come on, man.
Damn it, you called me. I'm being optimistic. No, I'm being optimistic for them, okay? I'm giving them optimism, okay? So this one's for you guys.
I couldn't let that go. Sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate
But what
it.
I do want to say about that is it's kind of also an indication the team really is pulling their finger out now. Like they've won twice in a week, twice continuously now. So the team are definitely on their way up. They're starting to find the weakness in Vandal Savage, and like we were talking about before, Kendra is his weakness. Kendra
Right.
is his distraction entirely. When they were ready to get Vandal Savage out of the way, Vandal Savage got his glimpse or whatever he wants, his sensation, his vision of Kendra completely goes off plan and then goes and dies. So now we know Savage's main weakness. You've got something to say.
First of all, did you see how Rip killed Savage this time? There was like
With a bomb?
No, there was like no emotion. Because the other times he's killed him, he's like, this is for my wife and my son, and you know. And this time he was just like, you know, whatever. And
I'll
then
see.
walks in and goes,
Not if I see you first, and then he's walking.
not if I see. Thank you.
And
yeah,
then he
not
like
if I see.
walks out the
And he walks
alleyway.
out like there was
the
no
Michael Bay
emotion.
style.
Yeah, and it all comes out
Yeah.
behind
Slow
him.
walk. He's just like.
Rip kind of reminded Vandal about his children again because he asked for
Yeah.
his pocket watch back,
Yeah.
and I feel like that kind of it did flash Vandal's memory to show him collecting the watch. So do you think that reignited his interest in? I think it's Miranda and Jonas. The names are the children and his wife. Miranda the wife, Jonas the child. Do you think Vandal Savage is now always going to remember the children and the child and his wife?
I think he already was on that path.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think that was it? That's his main goal to help him?
I think it's one of them because if you think about it, this guy keeps showing up. Rip keeps showing up and showing up throughout time.
And you
And
just don't
so
know
all
when
he
or
wants
where
to
or
do is
how.
kill this guy's family now, but especially because he made it a point to say his family and why he's killing him. So I think it's definitely a...
Almost out of spite too, which is
Yeah.
like makes him even more evil.
Yeah.
Rip or Vandal?
I'm talking about Vandal.
Oh, Vandal
Yeah.
not even killing him just because he wants to pretty much show him
Because
that he's
Rip-
going to kill his child and wife.
Because Rip thought he had him. He's like, this is for Marie and Joe. He's like, dude, you said their name. Like, just because you said that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just.
I'm
That's
just
just
gonna
even
blow you
more.
up now.
Annihilate you!
Do you reckon it actually hurts him a little bit when he dies, Vandal?
No.
No.
No, it doesn't even hurt anymore.
I think maybe might tickle a little bit. And
He's
just
died
like,
so many times now, it's just natural.
it's just like,
to
all
him.
right, that happened.
And then wakes up again 10 years later like, oh, what
I think
the
it's in like
went
Death
on?
Becomes Her.
I
You
love
know,
that movie.
Stuff happens
Wait,
to him
which
and they're like,
movie?
oh no, Death Becomes Her.
Goldie Hawn,
Goldie
man, this
Hawn
is
and-
class.
Anyway,
Once
it's
again,
all right.
you know.
Just don't worry about it.
Wait, when did that come out?
I don't even remember.
Had to be like late 80s. I mean, that's an oldie.
It's
Death
an
Becomes
awesome-
Her?
Yes.
I will definitely
Late
have to
80s
watch
or
it.
early
If any
90s.
of you guys
awesome.
haven't. It's awesome?
Anyway, they get there's these. Yeah,
Don't
it's
ruin
awesome.
it.
What?
Don't ruin the movie for me.
Oh.
Were you really about to ruin it for everyone right now?
Kind of, but I just assume everybody's seen it. I don't know. Sorry.
No.
Okay, move on.
God, I
Go
hate
on.
spoilers, honestly. Spoilers my worst thing. Right, Jax pulls a trick from about season 1 of The Flash, something that Ronnie done to him, and he sent Stein a message on his arm, and that was them making up their plan. Well, that was actually them getting a bit annoyed when they were getting benched, and it made them come up with their plan. But the way Jax cut that into his arm again, how beautiful. Like, I mean, I thought that was kind of cool, the way he pulled it out of his arse and was like, oh my God, there is a way that I can connect with him. And how does he does it? He cuts, we're coming. You could have kept it a little bit shorter, I feel like. Like, hey, or like, don't worry.
What would you?
Or like,
Don't worry.
OTW.
OMW.
OMW, on my way. Like,
Do you
come on,
think Stein would get that though? I
No.
mean, he'd be
Oh,
like,
that's a good point. And then it'd be like, huh? Like,
And then he'd have to scratch it out, and then he's like,
emoji.
he'd be like, oh, he's like, you know what? Here's the Firestorm matrix.
I can't do this.
I can't read. Look at my arm.
I give up.
But after we got that between the two of them, with again pulling it out, that was, I believe, in episode 1. I think, sorry, in season 1, episode 5 of The Flash, when General Eiling or Ealing, how is it pronounced? You're my encyclopedia. Is it General Eiling or General Ealing?
That's tomato, tomato.
Tomato,
man.
tomato,
It's like the
cup of tea.
Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul
Yeah.
thing.
Got
so.
it. Cool. Awesome. Well, there you go. It's when General Ealing captured Martin Stein. I believe it was episode 5. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please let me know. Tweet me, YouTube us, chat right now, Twitter, theStream.tv, Facebook page, anything. You guys would be an absolute champ. Jax had his moment out on the battlefield, giving it large, got shot on the way, but there he is. Stein, I've got you. Beautiful. And he broke the Firestorm matrix with that. You have any inclination on how that happens, John? The way he can break the Firestorm matrix like that?
I mean, I think it's really like they always say like mental over physical.
Yeah.
And I think now he accepted the physical aspect that they merged to become Firestorm, but he never accepted it up here. And now he's like, okay, we are linked, and I know that our link is
Stronger than his and hers.
And
that's how
she
they
also
broke
knows
it.
how strong Stein is as well.
Of
and I
course.
think Stein, so the student became the teacher sort of thing.
Oh, that was cute.
Ah,
and
yes.
that really did come full circle at the end of this episode. But
Yeah.
once that Firestorm matrix did break, what did we see? The meltdown. Damn. Shout out to Arm and VFX, as always, absolutely killing it on the special effects right now. She really did blow up as a nuclear blast. I was watching this and somebody said to me, what about all those poor prisoners? I was like,
That's somebody said that to me too.
no, I was like, this is the worst jail on the planet,
Yeah.
like in the era, and you feel bad that they all just died?
Nobody cares about
You don't? Yeah, okay, I didn't either. I felt a bit cold-hearted. Captain Cold, shout out, love you, buddy. I felt a bit cold-hearted when I was like, I don't really like that. Nobody cares if they're gonna die, but you're the optimistic person, so I'm surprised that you were like, you can die. I don't want to. You just see ya.
That's how I watched it. You can die. I don't mind.
And then eventually the team won. Like I said, it's great to see them all come back in full circle. But whenever everything goes good, trouble is not far behind, and Kronos is back. God damn it, Kronos.
Bound
This guy chasing the ship, and what's it called, in the time stream? Is that where they are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And blows them out of the time stream, and where do we end up? The end of this episode was, I didn't even think it was like, it was like a teaser. Like, it felt like this episode could have ended when the team won and they flew away, and then this was kind of like a quick
They need
3 to 4 minute
cliffhanger.
teaser, but then, this was the actual cliffhanger and the button on the end. What did you think about the
Star
end of this
City
episode,
2046, man, come on.
Smoke towers, we got the lot when they crashed through. We got smoke towers coming up. I mean, where did smoke towers come from there? Because obviously it was Parmatech. And then when do you think it officially becomes smoke towers? Because obviously we will hopefully be seeing that in Arrow sometime soon.
Right.
Do you think it's going to be closer to 2046, or do you guys think it's going to be closer to where we are in the Arrowverse right now?
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it'd be too close to either one, but I mean,
I'd like to see it coming on quite soon, actually, over at
Me too.
Parmatech.
Yeah.
I definitely think that we'll see Felicity Smoke take it over soon.
yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I mean, I think we'll touch on it. I don't know if we'll see it in a linear continuity, but it happens. It could be sooner because given with everything that's going on Arrow.
Who knows what could happen?
Yeah, especially
With Arrow, speaking of Arrow, real quick, we've got the Black Arrow that popped up at the end right now. And I mean, come on, who do we think that was? We obviously have a lot of people going out there saying it's Connor Hawke, but where could he have come from? I read a couple of things saying this could be like a bit of a Batman Beyond situation where Oliver Queen's dead, and so now a young
Somebody else.
guy's got to go pick up, somebody said the mantle, I changed it to
But
the bow.
That's
if that's the
possible.
case, why wouldn't it
You
be Roy Harper to just come back and do that? So I mean, if you're gonna go that route, why not just go Roy Harper? So if they are gonna do the Connor Hawke, Mark Guggenheim did say they're doing their own interpretation.
Cool.
For fans out there, traditionally Connor Hawke is Oliver Queen's son. He had a relationship with someone who is African American and Asian. This guy doesn't look like he's half
like,
Asian.
he's not even mixed.
Yeah,
okay?
but
This
He's
guy's
like-
not even
yeah,
mixed.
he's
I'm
definitely-
mixed.
But again,
He would look like
We were
this.
talking about that.
but if you do look at the comic book reiterations of when Connor Hawke, they go that route, he does look very much like they did in The Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I think they might be going that route. If they are, then that means they're going Dark Knight Returns. I don't know, I can go on and on and on.
We have
We're
some
ready to show.
serious stuff to look forward to next week, guys. That is all I can say. Like I said, we've got 2046. We're going to have Stephen Amell coming in as the Green Arrow. We're going to have him without the arm, with the goatee. We've got Connor Hawke coming in. Guys, I cannot wait for next week. We're just going to throw it to a quick commercial break. We'll be back in, literally, I think it's about a minute and 10 seconds. Go for a wee, have a cup of tea.
Have a cup of
She knows it. We're all golden. See you later, guys. See you in a bit.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
Oh, you'd want to take the time travel the whole way back.
Oh my God.
Figure that out.
We had a crazy vampire threesome.
And you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like, how did you get here? No. Look at me, I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes.
He was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is quite something.
And we're like, inseparable. She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
It wasn't. So come on.
You just went to a totally different direction on that.
When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
She just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just
It's so good. You can't count anything out. Look at you.
It's been another awesome night at theStreamtv, guys.
always awesome.
Thank you for joining us, you guys. We love you.
Hey guys, welcome back to Legends of Tomorrow After Show. Thank you very much for returning with us. Guys, again, last night was one of my favourite episodes. We all want to know, was last night your new favourite episode of Legends of Tomorrow? Feel free to hit us all up and go to our Facebook group. Not only is it officially the biggest Facebook group to discuss in the Legends of Tomorrow After Show, but can we pull up on the screen? There it is right there. That's actually an old photo. We have a new number now. I believe it's possibly over 9,000 now. But it's DC Legends of Tomorrow discussing the TV show. Lance, as always, thank you very much, brother. And don't worry, Jordan will be getting his comic soon, I promise. I apologise, it hasn't been sent out yet, but I'll be getting it to you in absolutely no time, as well as Patrick Holmes. I'm owing you one as well. Guys, we're going to throw it over to John, who's going to do our live Twitter questions today. Jonathan. Is it Jonathan?
That is my full legal name.
That's totally getting stuck. That's sticking.
Your Jewish legal name?
Yeah, that is. Well, my Jewish name would be Jonah.
Jonah.
But yes, we can go with that. All right, so question number one comes from, I believe his name is Brandon, Indigo_15.
That's Brandon Moore.
Oh, that's Brandon Moore from
Brandon.
Chicago. Do you guys think the Legends action on LOT could impact the timelines that air on The Flash? That's a good question.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with you at the same time. I mean, technically, it kind of already has to a point, right? I mean, if you think about it, Legends now in 2046, Star City looks like that.
Right.
So what's to say that if they do end up messing things up a little bit sooner, things could come around? But I mean, obviously, we fortunately had this crisis averted where Star City would have gone down the gutter in 2016. But that's a good point. What do you guys think would happen? And if you think what would happen, what would cause it? That's the most important part. Who is the next person to mess something up in the timeline? So obviously Vandal took the idea of Firestorm. So what do we think's next? The cold gun that Vandal wants to create? Do we think it could be a team, the League of Assassins? Vandal could go find out where Sara comes from and try and take charge of the League of Assassins?
Maybe not yet.
What do you think? What would you like to see? Who would you like to see get taken over? Where would you like to see things go wrong?
I always love the League of Assassins thing, because anything that's going to... My favorite character is Sarah Lance. You guys know that. Because she has the best backstory out of all of them.
Yes, she died.
You know, she does. She died, she came back, League of Assassins, boat crash, everything, lived on that island, did the Oliver Queen. I mean, she's got the
She is the low-key Oliver Queen.
She really is, and you know, and she's the most badass person on that team.
She is.
She is.
Yeah.
If they were to all fight, who wins? That's for everybody out now. If all the Legends are to fight, excuse me, guys. If all the Legends are to have a fight, who do you think takes that Royal Rumble?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Wow, for real?
Sarah will
She's
do whatever
pretty
it
epic.
takes.
Yeah,
She will do
yeah.
whatever it takes. You know, you saw now with Snart. He's like,
Firestorm.
He has a stopping point.
Firestorm.
Okay, let's take Firestorm out of it because that's like a nuclear man. So I
First
mean,
of
that's
all,
kind of a
Sarah's smart enough to know that they can merge, so she would just take them both out.
Yeah.
That takes them out
But
of the
all they
equation.
have to do is touch to merge.
She would have those little ninja stars and
can-
take them out before anything happens. Dude,
Those Ninja Stars, good bring up, by the
Ninja
way. That was
Stars.
great the way she threw them out there. Guys, like I said, make sure to let us know. Who do you think would win in a Royal Rumble between all of the Legends? YouTube, Twitter, anywhere, we want to see it.
you know who'd be out first is Rip Hunter.
Yeah, for sure.
He would go out like a bitch.
I know,
For
right?
sure.
This guy's meant to be somebody who's trained with the likes of everyone and like
I know, he's-
pretty much on Vandal Savage's point when it comes to like
And he's
training.
not
It's
at
like,
all.
dude, he has like a neon tricked out revolver. It's like, great.
That's all you got.
Oh, you can't lie. He did do a good job.
He
against
dresses
Yuri the
very
Bear,
well.
though.
I mean,
he took a few
He
hits
did-
from Yuri.
Yeah, he took the hits. You're not supposed to take the hits.
Hey, it's not about hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. What film's that from?
That's from Rocky Balboa, okay?
Thank you!
you
Dumb
can't get
nose. I read there was a really funny YouTube comment. It was like, my goldfish watched this speech and now it's a shark.
Okay, so let's...
Speaking of shark, King Shark next week, The
What?
Flash, everybody get excited.
All right.
Twitter.
We got another question coming up. So this comes from Michael Chow. He says, with Jonah Hex confirmed, who else would you like to see on the show? My pick would be Batman Beyond, which is a great choice.
If only.
Yeah, if only.
If only.
If only that one.
I'm going to throw to Tatiana for this one because I kind of hogged that last question. So.
No, you're fine.
My personal opinion, I don't ever really want to see anyone else on the show right now.
You
Like,
don't?
we've got enough. Like, I don't think we need any more. I mean, a couple cameos here and there I can possibly live with, like maybe a Green Lantern cameo, a small Superman cameo, maybe even a Supergirl.
You want to see things more developed.
I want to see the characters more developed. So that's my personal opinion anyway.
I think that's what he means though, right? Like, doesn't he mean like who do we want to just kind of see? Not
just see little
be a
bits
regular
coming in, nobody actually joining the team anymore. Okay, then my shout is going to be go for Green Lantern. Let's get Green Lantern. We haven't heard, seen
which Green Lantern?
Yet.
Hal Jordan, or you can talk about Kyle Rayner because they're in the future now. So
Hal Jordan, that's a good point.
Or you can talk about John Stewart. Which Green Lantern? Or you just want to see the core? Let's just go with the core.
Let's go with the core?
Yeah.
Let's see one of them. Let's just have one of the Green Lanterns come up. Because that's technically the only one we haven't really had any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Foreboding out there is probably not the best choice of words to use, but we haven't really had anyone bring up Green Lantern yet.
There was a subtle reference in Flash. He runs by Ferris Airspace. So
and
there was a
yes, and he also, oh no, he wasn't on the phone call. So yeah, that was pretty much the only one so far.
It's upon us though. But anyways, Tatiana, who do you want to see?
Oh, well, I'm like listening to you guys.
Okay, no, because I want to. But I want to listen. I like listening to you.
I like listening to you. You are our woman of the panel.
I think I want to see Green Lantern too.
Yeah? Let's get Batgirl on there or like Catwoman.
Oh, okay, change it. That's who I want to see. I want to see Batgirl.
And there was a Batgirl reference on Arrow about a week ago.
Right.
Remember, he says to Felicity, I was going to call you Oracle, but that's taken.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
So
correct.
they're acknowledging she exists.
I would
in the
love to see Batgirl.
Oh, so would I.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you talking about the Barbara Gordon Batgirl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry. Am I still your favorite? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question, are we all tied up on questions?
Well, I mean, I do want to talk about Michael's comment. To see Terry McGinnis would be awesome. I don't know how network-wise that would work.
I don't. Yeah.
Maybe they can say Terry McGinnis and not Batman. Maybe they meet Terry McGinnis at some point.
That way.
But if with Terry McGinnis, you would get all these badass villains like Ink, and then you see the Joker gang, and then you get Tim Drake, Robin, talk about Nightwing. So I mean, that would be awesome.
If
in a perfect world, that'd be
What
awesome.
do you guys think? Sorry, what was you about to say?
If you put all of that in there, though, I mean, all these characters, I think you'd lose the
actual
show.
oomph of it, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
That's
you'd lose
I'm
what the
saying.
show is originally about.
Which is the legends.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see all those characters, but I think that would take a whole nother show.
I think we'll see Superman before Batman because.
Yes, of course, because we've already got Flash going to Supergirl as well.
Yeah, and then with Oliver Queen coming with his arm cut off,
that's
the Dark Knight Returns continuity,
Right.
which is really interesting to me because DC was always saying that was wasn't the baseline continuity, and the reason Oliver Queen lost his arm was because of Superman.
And maybe, well,
This is my new DC encyclopedia. This is the new version of a DC encyclopedia.
Yeah, I don't need that. Mine's
Some
here.
people read.
good for you.
Some people get a John. John is like our Gideon. John is our
is
Gideon
like
of
a
the
Gideon.
DC universe. I mean, Tatiana and I know our stuff, but this man right here.
He knows far
this
beyond.
man right here.
And I'm going green too. I don't waste paper.
You
know,
don't.
this is
God, don't waste paper. Hey, I
Actually,
didn't
that's
waste
not a-
paper, okay? Don't let people. I didn't waste paper.
Good to know
Guys,
you have a
this is
Costco
awesome.
membership too.
This isn't Costco.
You missed it before I said you probably got that at Costco.
You can buy these things at Costco. This is actually from a
dude, for like
record.
50% off. I mean,
Yeah.
No, nobody likes
12 bucks.
you know what? Forget it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm happy with my book, okay?
So that wraps up questions. So we got a couple fan art contributions, which are really cool. This one comes from Mark Pope, as always. He sent in some really good ones, but I picked this one because
This is a Lord Messer one as usual, though. Mark Pope's very much a huge help in sending us the Lord Messer fan art for us to bring up on the show.
So this is the Oliver Queen that I like seeing, the goatee and this is what it's all about.
So you happy?
Absolutely.
That make you feel good? Should we get you printed that out and we're going to get it in a poster for you?
I already have one. I mean, who are you talking to?
Never
with this?
mind.
Come on, man.
I was trying to
What, are
surprise
you
you.
getting the man who
with
has
something.
everything, right?
I already got it. It's all there.
Okay.
Okay.
Next bit of
Thank you,
buddy.
Mark Pope, for that contribution. So this one comes from Stevenson Johns 1. He said, "Okay, here's my pick for Legends of Tomorrow," and he's got the whole like.
He drew this.
Oh, I
Brady Bunch.
love
This guy is incredible. Guys, make sure you go and follow Stevenson Johns. I'm not sure is this like a manga kind of art? Is that what they call this kind of art? I'm not familiar myself.
This is some
You make
Brady Bunch shit right here. That's what I love about
It
it.
does look like Brady Bunch.
He's done an absolute brilliant job
It's
so far. He
awesome.
draws for everything, guys. So make sure you go check him out on Twitter. You just saw it there. It's Stevenson Johns 1. His art's incredible. Talk to him. Ask him to draw stuff for you. He's been a great guy so far, and see what he can get done.
Hey, Stevenson Johns, can you draw
Oh,
us?
yeah.
Draw us as superheroes. How about that? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could be your Batgirl.
Yes.
Your Batgirl.
Or Hawk Girl. I mean, either
Or
one.
Hawk. Oh,
Either one. Either one.
I think I like you as Batgirl. I like
Okay.
that. Let's
Stick with that one.
And apparently I'm Superman, so good luck with what you. All right, I'll be the Flash. I'll be your Batman. You know.
We get you in
The
as a
Flash,
Flash.
yeah.
I actually know Batman. I think you play a good Batman.
I was gonna say, do the voice.
John's on Batman. Guys, thank you very much. Let us know who you want to be drawn as. Who of the DC Legends character would you be? Guys, be sure to let us know everywhere on social media. We're constantly getting back to you. Always use the hashtag LOTUS, LOTAS. Guys, it's been an...
Can I point out one more thing?
Yes, of course you can, honey.
Okay, somebody tweeted us and they said, how come Vandal Savage is constantly wearing the same thing every time they find him? He's
Oh, because and he has all his knives again,
he has all his knives, his hair is the same, and his clothing
his hair was actually a little bit different.
Was it
If
different?
you saw it in this one, it was like badly cut. It was a bit shaggy, like he ain't seen a hairdresser in like a couple years. And Martin Stein actually made a kind of
You know, it'd be funny
joke about
if
that.
each decade he had like if we're in the 80s, he has
Something
like a
that
Jerry
matched.
curl.
Yeah, exactly. Something that matched the
that would
decades.
take away his badassery.
We just got like a massive afro.
very
That would be
impressive
amazing.
guy.
But again, I would not take him seriously. He's like, I'm gonna kill your family.
like,
But
He's like,
first, disco.
Yeah.
It's like he's using Soul Glow. I mean, he must be a killer.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Soul Glow?
You know what that's from?
No.
Coming to America, bro. Come on now.
Oh, have you heard about Kevin Hart possibly doing Coming to America too?
No.
Let's not go there right
Yeah.
now. I didn't hear that.
Anyways, it's
I
a
love you, Kevin
possibility.
Hart. but
Me too, but it's not gonna.
Guys, thank you again for joining us on this wonderful Friday. Like I said, have a great weekend and let us know what you're excited for next in episode 2046 of Legends of Tomorrow. Guys, have a good one from Tatiana, John, myself, and everybody here at theStream.tv. Have a good one, guys.